What is a BOLT score and how do you find it? So a BOLT score stands for blood oxygen level test, or some will call it body oxygen level test. And it is essentially a measure of how well you buffer carbon dioxide, which is basically what's going to tell you when you need to rebreathe, how long you can hold your breath, and how long or how quick you are to become breathless in movement or even in everyday life. So to assess your BOLT score, ideally you're going to do this immediately after you wake up, so you're at like your maximally rested position. If you are going about your day and you want to assess this, again, we want to limit the variables that play into this. So I would take 10 minutes, lie down, have just nice, easy, controlled in and out inhales and exhales while being very calm, trying to get as relaxed as possible. But ideally, if you can do this upon waking, it would just be a more consistent, easier to compare time in, time out. Ultimately, how this is going to work is while maintaining normal breath cycles, so not trying to have big inhales, not trying to have big exhales, just naturally letting the air come in, naturally letting the air go out. Once you exhale, again, not forcefully, not all your air, just cease breathing on your exhale normally, you're then going to hold your breath and start a watch. And you're basically going to be there in this calm state until you first get the first instinct of air hunger, or I need a breath. Once you understand that, and feel that, you'll stop your watch, and that time is going to be your BOLT score. You don't want to basically be in a place where you're holding your breath as long as you can, because that's not going to be a valid score. You're essentially just going for a breath hold. Once you have the first instance of I need a breath, this little air hunger sensation, that stops the clock. And an easy way to kind of self-regulate yourself on this is, as you're resting before doing this, you're going to be breathing through your nose. So lips are closed, steady in nose, steady out nose, back and forth. You'll finish your exhale, lips are still closed, nose is closed, you're holding your breath. When you take your first inhale after your breath hold, it shouldn't be a loud breath, it shouldn't be a big forceful breath. It should literally just be a normal inhale, exactly as the one was prior to the breath hold. If it's anything more than that, you push too long. Now, that score is going to be indicative of basically how well you buffer carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is what goes to your brainstem and is that sense of I need a breath. So if you're swimming underwater and all of a sudden you're like, holy smokes, I need to get to the top because I need a breath, that's a buildup of carbon dioxide. It's not a depletion of oxygen. It's actually an increase in carbon dioxide that kicks your brainstem, and it's basically a safety mechanism. Now, with the knowledge we have from your BOLT score, what we can do is we can work on different breath protocols based on where you're at with your BOLT score to improve that, which will ultimately help reduce anxiety, which will greatly help your overall sleep function, knock down things like sleep apnea or just snoring or poor sleeping habits, which will make you feel much, much better anyways. And then in terms of like exercise, the benefits are huge because you're going to find that you're able to not become as breathless as quickly with the same level of conditioning. So it's something where it has like huge benefits to be aware of, work on, and then you have the ability to continually easily retest on a regular basis to make sure the work you're doing is actually improving your BOLT score.